Now, Rodney King, the man whose police brutality case led to deadly riots in Los Angeles 20 years ago, is dead.
King was found at the bottom of a swimming pool, but police say at this stage there's no sign of foul play. Our North America correspondent Craif McMurtrie joins us now from Washington. Craig, good morning. What do we know about the circumstances of Rodney King's death?
Good morning, Michael. Not too much at this stage. Rialto Police, that was the city he was living in at the time, say that they received a call just before dawn from his fiancée that officers rushed to the scene, that he was found at the bottom of a backyard swimming pool. They pulled him out. They tried to resuscitate him unsuccessfully. He was taken to a local hospital, but later pronounced death. They have ordered an autopsy. That's not unusual in these cases, but they are saying that there is no evidence of foul play.
And this, of course, comes just a couple of months after the 20th anniversary of the trial which saw the 4 police officers who beat him so many times with those batons in 1991 getting cleared, resulting in those fatal race riots.
It was an extraordinary period of time. It all goes back to March 1991, where Rodney King, who was on parole, he was in his mid-20s at the time, he was on parole over a robbery case. He'd been drinking. He was pulled over by LA police. They approached him. He has told the story many, many times, and of course he doesn't have to tell the story because the key thing here is there was amateur videotape of this brutal attack as police officers took to him with batons and stun guns. He said he thought he was going to lose his life. Then the following year there's the trial. The officers are acquitted. Now, he was African American. The officers who attacked him were white. It was an all-white jury. They were acquitted, and LA literally exploded. All of it put out by news stations, helicopter images that many of us can remember of people being hauled from trucks and beaten, storekeepers holding off looters with weapons. LA was really on fire in those days, and in the last few months, as you say, Rodney King has been touring the country promoting his memoir, and in one of the interviews, as you can hear, he relates his situation to the recent case of the shooting death of Trayvon Martin.
It was a hurting, lonely feeling, you know, to think that no one cared and I wouldn't be able to tell anyone. And, you know, I can just imagine how many people are dead and locked up in jail involved in, you know, the same type of situation, you know, no one believes them. That same scream that Trayvon Martin screamed on that videotape is all too familiar. I can remember 20 years ago, I was screaming from the top of my lungs because I was that close, inches from death.
Rodney King there, and he was quite open there in that round of interviews, Craig, that he has led a fairly troubled life since those events in the early 90s.
Absolutely. He has been arrested several times since for alcohol-related, in the main part, issues, including domestic violence, drug abuse. He's acknowledged his addiction. He went on reality TV here, Celebrity Rehab. He's been very open about it. But a lot of people credit him in particular because 3 days into the rioting, when LA was in all sorts of trouble, he came forward with now a very famous press conference where he pleaded publicly, saying, "Can't we all get along?" And in the interviews recently on the book tour, he was saying that's what he hopes he'll be remembered for.
OK, Craif McMurtrie in Washington, thank you.